Okay, let me see if that works. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. Now, Abdul Rahman, what do you see on the screen?
I see the Word document.
You see the Word
Minute
document.
one for.
Okay, that's great.
Yes.
Okay, great. Now, do you know if Abdullah is joining us?
I'll call him now.
Okay, thank you very
I'll
much.
call him now.
بلا بايكر هذا ما ملكت كل يوم تصير تريق عندهم كل يوم ملكتي يعني مصدومين تفتحون شوف العيوب مالهم بلاليق كل يوم تصير تريق هذه تصحك عندها تصير تريق هناك لا تصدق ما عندك ليكر بلاليقهم لا بلاليق تذكرني ذاك اليوم قلت لكم نصير مطعم هذا المكان كنت اقصد هذا يلا نصير شو؟ ذاك اليوم كنت تبطلوا قلت لكم قوموا نصير مكان أحد الخوض خمس اثنين ثلاث أنا أحس إذا عبد الله ما أقدر أصير على النهار صفر ما قدري تعالوا شو اسمه كيف تعرفون هذا أنا يمكن غيري دبي ياخذني بس أنا إذا يعني أنا يمكن بعدها دبي ليه في مثل اليوم بيخلونا عارفين
Hello?
بس أول شيء يصير السير لأن المرة اللي تصير شو بتطلع ويا أخوها يمدوهم القرية ما خلت تخيل ردتها بالجيرة لا حبيبتي عادي تذكر سارة راحت هذاك غير ما خلتها أبوك حتى عندها سارة ورقة وراحت وقعت واتصلت حق أمها وما يشوفون خلتها تعرف ليش؟ لأن أخو سارة تأخر لأن أخو سارة تأخر هي أصلاً من البداية ما كانت راضية عقب يوم صاروا حق الحرم الثاني هي بعد نص ما راضية ليش مو راضية؟ أخوها جاي يشيلها مو متأكدة يعني؟
أنا كذا ولا كذا أيوة ما بسوي ساعة إذا وصل خلاص بشيل
أحس يعني مو سخافة عيلك ولا أخوك ولا يعني أخوك هذول نفس الشكل نفس الشيء قاعد متفيجئ بشرد مثلا أخوي بيشغلني مثلا بشرد هو مرة مثلا
خلي يشتكي على يصير خلي يسوي شيء
عاد تراهم يعني تشرد ترى يشتكون عليها أهلها أنت أهلك شايلينك يعني عيلك شايلينك بيشتكون عليك أبوك مثلا
Hello?
Hello, Miss Abdullah. Will join us in a few minutes.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you very much, Abdul Rahman. Can you hear me clearly? All right, great.
Yeah, almost.
Okay. If you think the girls are too loud, please let me know, and then I'll just ask them to not be so loud.
Fine.
So first of all, thank you very much for joining me in the Zoom meeting. I'm sorry we haven't had a chance really to meet before, but I know you folks, you gentlemen, have so many courses to do. You mentioned projects and final exams, so thank you very much. May I ask, how many courses are you taking right now?
Only 3 now.
Only
3.
So my course, Mr. Nathan's course, and what's the other one?
can't hear you properly.
Actually, maybe I'll take this microphone off. Maybe it'll be.
Can you hear me, miss? Miss Janice? Oh. حاول خلص.
عبد الرحمن تشي حشرة
المشكلة عندها ما أدري.
All right, we must have some, there must be some sort of a glitch to the system, rats. Okay, let's see.
I can hear you, miss.
You cannot. Oh, we are hearing you. So,
I can. No, I. Yeah.
all right, so you're hearing me sporadically. Okay, so, all right, so let me see. Okay, let me just catch this. Screen share and so can you mentioned in an email, not sure about the minutes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so what I'm going to do, gentlemen, is I'm going to just basically go over this screen. And so periodically, if you could just say yes, that means you can hear me. Zane?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, gentlemen,
Yes,
thank you
we
very
can.
much. Okay, so here we are. This is our, what we're trying to do in this, you have two sets of minutes. And minutes is a fancy word for meeting notes. And the reason why we're doing this is in business, it's important to have a good set of notes of what people said at a meeting. It's for accountability purposes, so that when people promise they're going to do it, you've got it written down, they promise to do it. And if they follow up, well, that's wonderful. If they don't, that's not so good. And so that is a sign of a weakness in a team. You've got a weak team member. And as you saw in the session, some teams they have very, very strong, let's say, production or R&D, but when they're marketing, that person's not strong. And so we want to get in these meeting minutes the notes of what people said they would do and what they say. So does that sound good, gentlemen? Okay, so let me, yes, thank you very much. So what it is when you call a meeting, it's, what I've got here is you can go to get a sample of what these minutes look like. And I put it in the L drive, and then you can pick them up there. And basically, it's just simply like a well-organized list of what happened at the meeting. Now, let me see if I can find a copy of that. I'm probably just going to stop the slide share right now and find that copy. Let's see, where is it? Okay, sample. All right, I hope that's this one. Okay, so let me just get back onto it. Okay, yes, this is it. So let me go back to the slide share. Sorry. Okay, here we are. Gentlemen. Rats, where is it? There we are. So gentlemen, basically, you're a very small group, but we think it's important that you do this, is that this is basically a chart. And it's a chart of what happened at the meeting. So your team, so for you it's the Musketeers, and you're discussing the session. And then the subject is the minutes of the meeting. You're preparing for the next round. Maybe it's round 3, maybe it's round 4, or whatever. If there's any attachments, then it's what people should discuss. And then the time and date and the room number and the minutes taken by whoever. So in your case, it would be Abdullah. And I think your name is Abdullah Yusuf, etc., CEO. And so you can see the first part of this minutes is just an organizer. And I know people say, well, do we have to? I said, you wouldn't believe how important this is later on. So if you get in the habit of doing this, it'll make your life easier, especially if you're checking things later. So then it says here, who's expected. So the names of the people, well, this one's easy, Abdullah and Abdul Rahman, and your areas of responsibility. So are you CEO this round, plus marketing, logistics, finance, R&D? I know you're sharing a lot of jobs. So I think for you folks, you'll just have these 2 lines filled in. And I hope you're both there present. And so the first part, very easy, it's just organizing. Then this one is distribution list. Who gets these meeting notes? The attendees, everybody who attended, and expected to attend. And myself, I'd love to see them. And actually, you will hand them in as part of your report. So you just, in your report, all the meetings that you've had, the minutes. So basically, the agenda is something that people send out, and they say, well, what do we... Go ahead.
Can you hear me, Miss?
Mhm.
The screen share is paused.
It stopped?
It's paused. I cannot see. Yes, stopped.
Oh, rats. Okay. Rats. Okay. Okay. Let me just. Okay. I'm going to stop the slide share and just reboot it and see if it does this thing. Is this any better?
Just move the mouse,
Yes, I can.
the pointer.
Yeah,
So I can.
okay.
That's okay.
Better?
Now it's-
Oh, good. Thank you, gentlemen. So the first part is easy. We see one thing about minutes is once you set up the template, which I've sort of done for you, and you can customize it, it's really easy because all you're doing is changing what's new and filling in the blanks. So the first part is why you're meeting, who's supposed to be there, and who gets these meeting notes. The agenda is something you send out beforehand. So you could send it out in a quick email saying, all right, we're having a meeting, and it's going to be in room 303, 4 o'clock. We're discussing for round 5. And here's the agenda. So now what I did was I took this from the internet and I did not change this, but certainly you could change it. For example, the agenda is, the schedule, which is when's the next decisions are due for, let's say, round 5. And then deliverables. So every VP, now the girls, they are in larger teams because there's more of them. So it's saying basically all you have to do is bring your notes, summary of what you did in the previous round. So let's say if you're practicing for round 5, getting ready for round 5, you have to figure out what happened in round 4. And I'll show you that chart again later on. And so these things I did not change at all in the document. So so I'd say for you folks, maybe you're talking about the market conditions for round 5. What else could you discuss? Discussion on ideas for round 5. And then you could then have timetable. Input, first decisions from each functional area. So R&D, production, marketing. So you can have everybody input first and then a timetable for checking the decisions. And then CEO checks decisions prior to deadline, and then date of next meeting. So that to me, you can use this agenda as something that people can do for the other meetings that you have, for round 6 and round 7. Make any changes that are necessary. But actually, this first part is pretty well formality. I wouldn't say but once you've got the template set up, like I've set up for you folks, then it's fairly easy to amend or edit. How's that sound?
Good.
Good? Okay. And so here, I did not change this, but in a regular meeting, you would have, okay, we talked. And so so we decided who was going to do the minutes. Well, it's going to be the CEO. And then whatever you talk about. So basically, the easy thing is to take these agenda ideas and then copy it into this area of issues, and then make any changes. For example, let's say deliverables. I'm saying this. I'm just pretending to do this. So after you decide who's going to take the minutes, okay, the deliverables. Every VP brings a summary to round 4. Now, because I'm going to pretend that these are different people. Let's see. Okay, I've got some girls here. So let's pretend Michelle reports on okay. So previous CEO reports on the TSR results. So this is Team Rubin placed 2 in TSR. And so let's say your TSR was 3.3. Okay. Which is a big improve from previous place of number 5. Okay. Okay, so okay.
لا لا على الامتحان وشو صار يعني
So you see what I mean? You just write what's basically what happened, because the whole intent of this meeting was to report on what happened before. And then now you're talking about what VP reports that Team Green Do you see what I mean? Yeah, so basically you provide a basic summary. And so let's see, her analysis. Okay, so then you would have this for every VP. Okay, so so up here we had how many items? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this one was number, I guess, number 2. This one is number 1. Sorry. Okay, so basically, so you see the first item was schedule, when are the next decisions? And the second was the deliverables, okay? And that is for this. See, so now I can't do the whole thing because that would just take too long, and I know you folks are busy too. But whatever you say you're going to discuss, actually discuss and write a few notes. Now, what we've decided to do, which I think is actually more helpful to you, ladies, I'm on a conference call with the boys on a Zoom, so if you could just turn that down. You're working on your round 3, right? Okay, great. Amna, Michelle, and Fatma, you could just turn that off. Thank you. All right, sorry, gentlemen. Okay. So where was I? Oh, yes. So you know that this can be really detailed because you're saying, well, that's not a lot that they talked about. Absolutely, that's not a lot that they talk about. But that's what these minute notes are, is they give you a summary. Now, attachments are all the notes that, not the notes, but all the more thorough things. So can I just show you that? And I'm going to stop the slide share and I'll show you what we've done with the table. Is that okay?
Okay, fine.
Okay, no, keep talking. I'm just going to switch screens. Keep on this. Okay, thank you, hold on. Okay, I'm just going to another screen. Okay, all right, okay. Okay, gentlemen, are you still there? Please don't leave. Okay, so here it is. This is what I suggest you do for your analysis. Now, because, now let's say, okay, I put your name, Musketeers, and let's say you want to analyze production. What you want to do is you want to say how you did compared to all the others. And so when you come to a meeting, the person who's in charge, ladies, could you please turn that down? Ladies, yeah. So production. So what you would do is anything that you see regarding production, you would write down. Now, can I show you an example? And to do that, I'm just going to have to go to another screen. Please hold. All right. All right. So, so I showed you the blank one, right? and you saw what it looks like. And this is what you would do to fill it in. So for you gentlemen, you're easy because you say, well, what did we do? We started building 2 factories in Asia and one in the USA, and we have 100% capacity utilization because you know what you did. Now you have to see what is it that the other ladies, could you please hold it down? Yeah. You can't get Tech 2. Okay. Hold on, just gentlemen. Ladies, R&D. Have you put money into R&D yet? You have to invest in R&D in order to get Tech 2. Yeah. So you go to, I think, is it contract or outsourcing? You're not doing it in-house, you're doing the other one. And it gives you the minimum amount to get Tech 2. I think it's about 150,000, etc. Try that. Okay, gentlemen, back. All right. So as you can see here, what you did is easy. Now, how about what the others do? Now, for this, you have to go to the Sesame screen. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Sesame screen right now. So just hold on. I'm just going to go to that Sesame screen. Sesame. Where is it? Oh, where is it? Right. Oh, they logged me out. That's all right. I can log myself in. Sesame, login. Okay, I got a screen. Show. There it is. Yes. Okay. All right. So, gentlemen, so what I have to go into my version of View. So, okay. Actually, so I'm going to go into the stars. Okay. So I'm going to look at their results screen. Here we are. And so we want to find out what happened in round 2. So what I do is, and what anybody should do is, okay, so let's see what you've, so gentlemen, as we noted here, you're building 1 factory in the USA, and you're building total of 3 in Asia. Okay, now let's take a look at that other team, the stars. So we're going to go through it like one by one. And I know it's tedious, but for the girls, because they have larger numbers, 1 person is responsible for each each functional area. So here's the stars. You notice what they're doing is they're building 6 factories in Asia. This team is building 2 in Asia. Rats. Okay. Okay. This team has 2 in Asia, and etc. Now look at this. This team is called the best. Now, when they build no factories in Asia and you know that the market is growing, that's not good. That's a weakness. Smart team, they're building in Asia, and so is Only Roses. Okay, so and then you notice here. So I'm just going to again go to another screen and just find that spreadsheet. There it is. Okay. Do you see that? Yes, you do. Good. So you see what I've done is I've said, okay, so who's building factories and who's not, and how many they're building. So I put that information in here. So that's sort of easy to say. Now, if I say something weird, like really weird, then I'll say, you know what? Like, look at this, the best. They're not building factories. That's weird, really. I mean, that's weird. So I highlight that in red. Now, what I've also done, and I don't have time to show it to you because I've got this, capacity issue, is okay, let me go back to that. Hopefully, hopefully I can get back to it. Hold on, let me get that. Okay, so you see what it is. This is what I mean by weird stuff. You gentlemen, 60% utilization, stars, shining stars, diamonds, instant devils. Well, what's happening here? Only roses, no capacity. So they've got factories. They got 12 factories in the USA that are producing nothing. Nothing. So that means, and look at this, it's only 10%. They're not producing hardly anything. And that's a concern because you still have to pay for the factories, whether you're using them or not. It's like HCT at the men's college. If you have full classes or you have empty classes, they still have to pay for, the electricity, the overhead, etc. So these are big boo-boos. Okay, and that's why on the spreadsheet I've highlighted them in red. And when you see big boo-boos, you highlight them in red too. Now you see, so how are they producing if they're not producing their own factories? Well, what they're doing is they're outsourcing. And they're only producing like 1,000 units, 1,000 units, 1,000 units, 1,000 units. This one is, look, 10%, so a little bit more. This is compared to you guys. You're producing 5,378. And in Asia, you've got that, and you're outsourcing. So when you have more to sell, then you've got potential to make more sales. So remember we said we saw Only Roses did not have much in terms of sales. And I'll go back here to the financial statement. Let's see. See, they didn't produce a lot, so they didn't sell a lot. And so whoever's head of their production is making huge boo-boos because you've got factories and you're not using them, and it's costing so much money. So I'm just going to switch to the other screen. Please hold while I switch to the other screen. Where is it? Practice. Yeah, okay, there it is. Let me just get back to the screen. Hold on. Okay, hold on. And you see here, so what I've done for the, so where I've seen weird things, as I say, low capacity, no capacity utilization, I mean, these are boo-boos. Now, when you do this and you have somebody do R&D and marketing, logistics, and finance, then they say, well, for you in your round one, you had no spending on R&D. I said, oh, okay, and that was a boo-boo, etc. And this team, they spent most of their money on R&D. So what I put in red, this is not a boo-boo, but a thought. Maybe they're doing focused differentiation. It's one of their strategic approaches, etc. So anything that I highlight or you put in different colors, that means, Now, when you do that for each of these, and so I'm looking at marketing, okay, let's take a look at Shining Stars. Okay, here's what they did. And when I put in big letters and bold and red, etc., it's like, what's happening here? It means this is a super big boo-boo. So here it is. This is a team. What they did was they had Tech 2 in Asia, Tech 2 in US, but not in Europe. The reason it's a huge boo-boo is, remember, we said that, the simulation says Europe likes new stuff. So why in the world would you not sell Tech 2 in Europe? That's huge. So one thing that I ask people to notice is if there's a team where you have too many reds, like, well, they're not building factories, low capacity utilization from the best, they're not spending on R&D, and they're not doing enough promotion. Enough red things, which are boo-boos, mean this should indicate to you, is this a strong team or a weak team? The answer is probably weak. Now, we don't know why they're weak. Maybe they got one person who's weak. Maybe they've got a team that just doesn't work together. Or maybe the CEO just didn't check the numbers before they uploaded it to the simulation. We don't know. But maybe it's just that that round, something went wrong. But that's good. So what we do is for the minutes, you take this and you attach it. Now, the girls, they'll have probably 5 of these because they've got teams with maybe 5 members. So they'll have one filled out completely with production, one completely filled out marketing, one completely filled out with R&D, one with logistics, and one with finance. And so they'll put them together and they'll attach it with the minutes. So when they look back and say, okay, what did we do and how have we been doing it? And what are the other teams doing and are they improving? They've got really solid data or information here. Does that help, gentlemen? Oh no, I've lost you again? No. I've lost the man again. Oh no.
I mess with you.
Oh, you hear me?
Yeah.
Almost.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. So you understand that what I'm trying to say that by having a template like this and you're just recording information a bit at a time, by the time you get to your decisions, etc., and you're meeting together, you could say, hey, you know what? I noticed this team, they do very well on all these things. They're our toughest competitors. Or you could say, this team, oh my, I know what they're doing, but they're not competitors at all. We don't need to really worry about them. And the best thing I'd say is when it comes to your team report at the very end, it's easy because you've already got these meeting notes plus these etc. and you assemble it together. So it's your team report is like a collection of you've got your team rules, you've got summary charts. If you do a little bit at a time, as I say, it's just a collection. You put it together, and it's really easy to do. Teams that in the past that have done this, they think it's a piece of cake, the team report. Others, oh, it's a big chore. So, gentlemen, how are we doing?
Good, great.
Well, this whole Zoom thing, I know there's problems, and I know it's probably better if we meet in person. But I've got to teach, and then you've got stuff to do. So I suggest, because they're not giving us enough time on this, if we want to meet again, hey, that's fine. I'd be more than happy to meet you again in person or on Zoom. And I like what you did by sending an email, which areas you were maybe not clear about and which I could therefore focus on.
Miss would like to meet in person.
Yes, when is that possible? So what is your schedule like, gentlemen?
We are almost free.
You're okay. All right, because now you're meeting,
All
okay, so let me just take a look at my schedule. Okay. All right. So, do you have night classes all the time now?
No, we don't have any more.
No more night classes. So you're available during the day?
Yes, no more.
Okay. Well, I've got an idea.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, could you send me an email and say, Miss, these are the times of our classes with, Mr. Nathan, and who else are you meeting with? Who else is your teacher?
Ali Al-Asad.
Okay. Why don't you email and say, these are the times of my classes with Mr. Ali and Mr. Nathan. And then what I'll do is I'll look at my schedule and I'll propose a time. Because we want to meet in person at the women's college, then we'll probably have to be in the afternoons. But I think we can make it work out. So if you can send that to me, I'll look at it and I hope to get back to you this afternoon. How about that?
Okay, that's fine. I will send it now.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording, and then I'll save the recording to the L drive somewhere, and then you can have a record of it.
Fine.
Okay, gentlemen.
Miss, can you send the template?
Uh,
Can you send the template?
I can send the template, absolutely.